Good afternoon. I am Kate. We have an hour of barre together. You'll want a chair, a light set of weights, or something in place of a light set of weights. I have 3 pounds here, so any sort of sparkling water, soda can, anything like that works as well. Have your chair off to the side. You're just going to be using it for balance and a little core work later, so it's not 100% necessary. You don't want it on your mat. I just had it there to show you. And then if you're using a playlist, it's the same one that it's been for a little while. And I know it's been a couple weeks since I've taught, but it's still that same list if you saved it. It says Kate J. May Barre. If not, don't worry. I'll have mine on really quiet so that you can listen to whatever music you want during class. It shouldn't interfere at all. So chair, light set of weights, perhaps a glass of water on hand. And then we will press play all together. And I'm going to give it just 1 more minute. So if you want to pull it up to have it ready before we begin. All right, let's do the things. Get ready to press play if you're using my playlist in 3, 2, and press play. And then from here, come to find extended child's pose on your mat. Bring your toes together and your knees wide. Let your forehead rest on your mat. Stretch your arms long in front of you. You can take any little fidgets out, any little movement, so that you can find stillness comfortably here. And then take a moment to just let go. Let go of your day. Let go of anything you have heading into the evening or even into the rest of the week. There's a lot going on in the world right now. And for 1 hour, just 1 hour, I want you to create a space that is entirely for you to be selfish in. Just 1 hour to devote to yourself. With your eyes closed, release all the air from your lungs. Then take a deep breath in, fill all the way up. Give a great big sigh out. Do that again. Deep breath in. And an open mouth exhale. Inhale, taking in new, fresh energy. Open mouth exhale, release the things that will not serve you in this hour. Seal your lips, find a full body inhale. And a full body exhale. And as you take those deep breaths, start to scan your body. From the crown of your head all the way to your toes. Noticing the areas in your body that are really strong today, really powerful, really open and full of energy. That's where I want you to push your practice further and grow a little bit stronger today. Also during your scan, find areas that are sore or tight or uncomfortable, and then give yourself permission to modify in those spots. I think we get more competitive with ourselves than anybody else. And so just giving yourself permission, it's okay to change things up so that it feels good in your body. Myself, I'm dealing with a neck issue right now, so I'm not going to be doing much with my upper body. Listen to my words, not necessarily always what my voice or what my body will be doing, as I will be modifying as well. All right, and then from here, flip your palms upward in your extended child's pose, so they face towards the sky, and set an intention for your practice. Let this intention be something that is inspiring to you so that if you feel challenged, you can come back to it and it will help push you through. So whatever this intention is, see it clearly in your mind. Let go of the air from your lungs. Take a deep breath in, fill all the way up, and send it out with another great big open mouth exhale. Then flip your palms back to the floor, pressing your forehead down to the ground, and gently roll it from side to side, releasing tension and pressure that like to build up and hide in your brow bone. And then crawl your fingertips as far forward as you can on the floor. Grip the mat or the floor with your palms and slide your shoulders all the way down your spine. Let your back grow a little bit longer. Take a breath and let it go. And when you're ready to move, make your way forward into tabletop. Bring your hips over your knees. Bring your shoulders over your wrists. And spread your fingers really wide. The more you can distribute the weight in your hands, the less pressure in your wrists. So try to rock it forward into your fingertips and then push firmly into your fingertips so your knuckles start to lift up off of the ground. Then push into the ground and feel your shoulders start to round. Keep that engagement in your upper body and engage your core. Belly button in and up, ribs pull in towards each other. Everything in your torso should feel like it's pulling inwards and upwards. That's your core lock. Keep that engagement. Inhale, dip your belly, lift your gaze to a cow pose. Exhale, hollow out your belly, round your spine to cat pose. Inhale, cow, drop your belly, point your tailbone up. Exhale to cat, curl it in. Take another deep breath in to stretch and open the front line of your body, and a full breath out to stretch your spine. Come back to a flat back and tabletop. Curl your toes underneath you and lift your knees an inch from the floor. And here you just hover and hold. Really push firmly into your toes until your heels are all the way over the ball ones of your feet. Put a slight little bend to your elbows so that you're not hyperextending and you're using your arm strength to hold you. Keep your gaze slightly forward so your neck is long and neutral. Take a full breath in. Take a full breath out. One more big inhale. And exhale, lift your hips into a down dog. Take a pedal with your feet. Roll out your ankles. Any little movements, any little ritual you have to wake up your lower body, here you take it. Keep your upper body really strong. Keep pushing into the ground and keep your head heavy. When you find stillness, press your chest in towards your thighs, feeling a deeper stretch. Take a deep breath in. Take a slow breath out. From here, move forward into your high plank pose. Shoulders over wrists, push into your toes, heels over the bottom ones of your feet. Of course, you can take that from your knees. Keep your hip bones up and in. Now, in your plank pose, come back to that idea of pulling everything in and up in your torso. So rather than letting your hips fall or dumping into your low back, it's strong, and you start to feel a little heat building up in your belly. Take a deep breath in. Take a slow breath out. One more big inhale here, and exhale back to downward dog. Now I want you to move with your breath. Inhales come forward to a plank, and exhales to downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, press it up. So here, as you come forward, keep the hip bones up and in, and then keep that engagement as you lift your hips high to point your tailbone up towards the ceiling. If you want a little more engagement, a little more work, you can tap opposite hand to opposite shin as you move. And that's just an option. You can do either variation. Find your breath and move with it. Come all the way into a really strong plank. Fingers are spread wide. Your gaze is forward. 4, 3. Last 2. Do it one more time. From here, come to downward facing dog. So both hands plant. Take a breath and let it go. Inhale, stretch your right toes high. Exhale, bend your knee and open through your hip. Now, you can hold that stretch with your knee high or take some big circles with your knee. If you choose the circles, bring them both directions. Next breath in, toes stretch high, close your hip. Exhale, round your knee to your nose, carve out your belly. Inhale, stretch your toes high. Exhale, bring your knees back to your nose. One more like that. Inhale, toes high. Exhale, knee to nose, and then step all the way through. Low lunge. Come down to your left knee. Inhale, crescent moon. Shoulders over hips, arms overhead. Exhale here. Now, you can stay with your arms overhead. You can bring your hands down and push into your leg. But do keep your hip bones up and in. Sink low until you feel a stretch in the front of your left thigh. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more big inhale. One more exhale, half splits. Hips come back. Flex your right toes. Keep your butt lifted from your back heel, even if you could bring it all the way down. Keep it lifted and dig your right heel into the ground. Statically pull back and feel that stretch from your Achilles into your calf, into your hamstring. Take a breath and let it go. One more big inhale. One more exhale. Walk your hands forward and find a modified runner's lunge. Bring your hands to the inside of your right foot. Toe heel your right foot to the outer edge of your mat. You're still on your left knee here. You can stay, or you can come down to your forearms for more stretch. Whatever feels better in your hips, you take it. And you can even move around here a little bit if it feels good. All right, then come back to your palms if you came to your forearms. Curl your left toes underneath. Step your right foot back and find a plank pose. But this time in plank, zip your legs together. Toes and heels connect. Put all the weight into your right hand. Spin your heels to the right. Lift your left hand. It's a side plank. Take a full breath in. And a slow breath out. Remember, you can come down to your right knee if that feels better in your body. If you're staying on your feet, really push into your bottom hand. You're lifting out of your right shoulder rather than letting weight bear down into it. No matter where you are, lift your chin slightly. Lengthen your neck. Breathe in. Breathe out. Full body inhale. Full body exhale. Come back to your plank pose. Inhale here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips are high. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, send your left toes high. Exhale, bend your knee and open through your hip. And again, you can stay like that, or you can take those big circles with your knee in one direction. And then the other. Next breath in, toes stretch high. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Carve out your belly. Inhale, toes high. Exhale, knee to nose. Carve it out. One more time. Inhale, toes up. Exhale, bring it in and step through. Come down to your right knee. Inhale, crescent moon, rise. Exhale here, breathe as you settle in. Hands can stay overhead. You can push into your leg, but do keep the core engagement. Shoulders are upright rather than leaning forward here. Feel the stretch in your right hip and thigh. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more big inhale. Exhale, half splits, palms down, hips back, flex your left toes. Dig your heel in, and then statically pull back. So that static pull means that your whole leg is not moving back. Your foot is solid where it is, but you are lengthening the back line of your leg. Take a breath. And let it go. One more big inhale. Exhale, come forward. Find that modified runner's lunge here. Toe heel your left foot out as far as you need. Move around a little if it feels good on the left side, but wake up your left hip. Then if you came to your forearms, come back to your palms. Right toes curl underneath you and your left foot steps back. Zip your legs together. Put all the weight in your left hand. Spin your heels to the left and lift your right hand high inside plank here. Breathe. You're pushing the ground away from you. You're lifting out of your left shoulder. Keep the right wrist directly above your shoulder. So it's a great wide open wingspan. Pull the crown of your head forward so that your neck remains long. In a side plank, it's easy to start to tilt your chin in. Take a breath. Send it out. One more big inhale. Exhale, come to your high plank pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lift your hips into a downward facing dog. Now give your feet another little pedal. Inhale and exhale. Come forward to a plank. Walk your hands as wide as your mat. Thumb and forefinger rest on the mat. The rest are off. Start on your toes today. If it doesn't feel good, then come down to your knees. But try it on your toes first. I want you to find the top half of your push-up. Just halfway down, then lift it up. Halfway down and lift. Halfway down and lift. So because you're staying at the top half of your push-up, that's why I'm asking you to try it from your toes. I think that while going to your knees is a good modification if it feels safer in your body. It is hard to get out of that habit once you're in it because it's always going to be challenging. But if you stay on your knees, you're only going to progress so far. So try that top half just from your toes for 4, 3, 2. All right, lift up your hips high, come to a downward facing dog. Press your chest into your thighs for a little stretch. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come forward back to your plank pose with your hands nice and wide on the mat. Find your full range of motion in a push-up. Ready? Here you go. It's down and lift and down and lift. So now going into your range of motion, maybe you want to come down to your knees here, and that's completely okay. Do keep that one long line in your body from toes or knees through the crown of your head. Your goal is to tap your chest to the floor each time you come down. Goal, meaning it doesn't have to happen today, it doesn't have to happen tomorrow, but eventually you will get there if you keep pushing for 4, 3, 2. Now I want you to find about halfway down. So that halfway point, and from right here, come up 1 inch, then down 1 inch, and up 1 inch, and down It's barre class, so of course we have to make small movements. Keep your neck nice and long and neutral. Squeeze your shoulder blades together tightly and actively press through your chest to move. Mind to muscle connection is real. So when you start to think about the muscles you want to work, they're going to work harder. Here it's your chest, your pecs. Tiny little squeezes, down an inch, up an inch, down an inch and up for 4, 3, 2. Just hold it halfway. So you're holding that halfway point. Hip bones up and in, ribs lock in tight for 4, 3, 2. All right, press it back, give your shoulders a little stretch. Take a full breath in and out. From here, come forward to tabletop. Curl your toes under. Lift your hips and take tiny little steps forward until your toes are behind your wrists. Put a deep bend to your knees. Nod your head yes. Shake it no. Roll one vertebrae at a time all the way up to skin. Move slow. Your chin will be the last thing to lift. Give your shoulders a few shrugs up for 2 ears down your back. Roll forward. All right, now here I want you to grab your weights or whatever you may be using in place of weights. Step your feet about hip width distance apart. Feet are parallel. Put a little bend to your knees. Now, from here, 90-degree bends in your arms. So they're like robot arms. Your palms face each other. From right here, lift your elbows to shoulder height. Now your wrists should be in line with your elbows, palms facing down. Then squeeze your elbows back and tight to your body. Push them up and squeeze them in. Push, squeeze, push, and squeeze. And you're not flapping your arms up and down. It's not the chicken dance, although it is wedding season. And I know I have one coming up and there will be chicken dancing, I'm sure. But I want you to press. Move with control, press it, and squeeze it in as hard as you can. The more resistance you create, the better it's going to be. 4, 3, 2. Do it one more time. All right, now bring your elbows back up to shoulder height. Now flip your hands up. So now you have goalpost arms. Let's start with a little pulse right here. It's a tiny squeeze. That tiny little squeeze comes just above 90 degrees, never below. Push and push. Make sure your knees are slightly bent. Keep your chin slightly lifted. Take a deep breath in. Take a slow breath out. 4, 3. You pause in 2. All right, pause at 90 degrees. Pull your elbows back. Lift your chest. Okay, curl your hip bones up and in. Keep your core strong. And now bring it low. So you're pulsing below 90 and then back up to 90, no higher. Really work to drag your elbows down. You're moving through water or wet cement. Squeeze, squeeze. Make sure your wrists are staying above your elbows and not coming forward or falling back. Keep it strong, keep it controlled. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, pause at 90. Take a breath. Let it go. From here, pull your forearms in. Forearms are parallel, elbows aligned. Squeeze them back. Press in, back, and squeeze. Create that resistance again. So as you're bringing your hands in towards one another, you're pressing as hard as you can. Squeeze through your chest. Then pull your shoulder blades together as your elbows open wide. Squeeze, press, squeeze, press. Here's 4, 3, 2. Bring your forearms in. And then here's alternate little pulses. So tiny little squeezes up and down. Right, left, right, left. Keep it small, keep it controlled. Pop to your shoulders, start to burn like crazy. That's the idea. 8, 7, 6, 5. You're almost there. 4, 3, 2. Hold them. Just hold and breathe. Forearms are parallel. Lift your elbows up to shoulder height. Inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, release some heat. 4, 3, 2, open your elbows wide. From here, bring your arms all the way overhead, then squeeze your elbows down nice and low. Palms stay out. Push, pull, push, and pull. And if you want, you can add a little calf raise here, coming to your toes, and then setting your heels back down as the elbows pull down into your sides. Now, that heel raise is just optional. You're starting to bring a little heat back into your legs. Push, pull, push, pull. 4, 3, 2. Do one more, just like that. All right, bring those weights into your chest. Step your feet wide. Bring your heels in, your toes out. Stand up tall. Pretend your back is flat against a wall and you slide down the wall as you bend your knees. That you only go down as low as you can maintain your nice, strong, straight spine. If you start to tip forward, that's too low, come back up. Now lift through the arches of your feet and pull your knees back. That will help create space for your pelvis to stay underneath you. Take a deep breath in. Take a full breath out. Pull your navel in, pull it up, pull your ribs in tight. Inhale at the center, exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center, exhale, twist to the left. Center, right, center, left. Stay low in your hips. Now, I want you to use your core, specifically your obliques, to find the twist. You squeeze and squeeze. Your legs, your hips, they're solid. They don't change it. They stay just as they are. And if you want a little more for your arms, extend as you twist. So when you twist to the right, your left arm crosses in front of you, then right arm crosses. Left arm, right arm. If you're adding that push with the weight, keep it in line with your shoulder. Don't let it dip lower, go higher than. Sink a little lower in your hips. I really want you to start to feel your legs heating up. The deeper you twist, the more your core can wake up. This is 4, 3, 2. Come back to the center. Now flip your palms upwards. They're in at your chest. Stay low in your hips. From here, you push the weights out and pull them in. Push, pull, push, and pull. And you do have that option here for one arm at a time. Of course, you can go without weights as well. Take a deep breath in. Take a full breath out and get a little bit lower in your hips. Hip bones tucked. Lift your chin, lengthen your neck. You got it. 4, 3, 2. All right, now extend the weights out. Bring them all the way down. Flip your palms in towards your body. So your palms face you. Arms are long. Stay low in your hips. Now bend your elbows. Lift the weights up to your shoulders. Push the weights forward and drag them down. Lift, push, all the way down. Once you feel really strong, like you've got a whole lot of resistance happening within your body, start to smooth it out and make it more circular. Elbows pull back, push the weight straight out from your shoulders. And this is one you can also do one arm at a time. Make sure that your core is locked and tight. So here you're getting a lot in your arms, but also the muscles all along your spine are starting to really engage to hold you solid as you move. And that's important. Just 4, 3, 2. Make one more big circle through. Now you reverse it. Palms start facing your body, arms are long. Lift the weights up to shoulder height. Pull them in, then push them down. Lift, pull, push. Lift, pull, and push. And again, once you feel confident there, then you start to smooth it out. Really squeeze your shoulder blades together. Pull your elbows back. How low can you get in your hips? So good. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Squeeze the muscles in your thighs straight down to your femur. 4, 3, 2. One more big circle. All right, stand all the way up. You can set your weights aside. All right. Now, I want you to stand towards the top of your mat in first position. So bring your heels together. Your toes are apart in a V shape. Curl your hip bones up and in. Now, bring your hands up in front of you. Your elbows will lift to shoulder height here. Don't let them get droopy. You're done with the weights, but your arms are going to stay fully engaged through this, so they're still going to work. Start the demi-plie. Bend your knees, and then squeeze back to the top. Bend and squeeze, and bend and squeeze. When I say squeeze, I mean you're pulling your hamstrings in towards each other here. Really pulling to the top, rather than simply bending and straightening your legs. If your tailbone stays down towards the ground, the crown of your head reaches high. This is 4, 3, 2, one more big squeeze. All right, now from here, you're gonna take a big step out with your left foot. So demi-plie, stand, left foot way out, demi-plie. So bend your knees, arms open wide, come back to the start. First position, bend your knees, stretch. Second position, bend your knees, come back to the top. First, second, first, and second. Now this, you can slow it down so that you really feel everything that your body is doing. You can go a little faster if you feel more confident with the movement. But if you're going faster, make sure that you are getting those really wide steps in. Knees over ankles, not over toes. That really wide step ensures that your thigh muscles are doing work and you're not straining your knees. Hands come in, arms pull out, squeezing your shoulder blades together, keeping everything active in your body. 4, 3, 2, hold that second position out. Hold it out, find a pulse. So squeeze right here. Now, your legs are really far apart, but here you're still pretending like you're squeezing your hamstrings towards each other with that pulse. That's where that work is coming from. You're not just bouncing in your hips, but you are engaging and squeezing muscles in. You got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it low. Take a deep breath in. Take a full breath out, sink an inch lower. Lift your right heel. Inhale. Exhale, set your right heel down, lift your left heel. Good, now you switch. Right heel lifts, left heel lifts, right heel, left heel, right heel, and left. Your hips stay right where they are. Your entire body is not moving up and down. Alternating legs, getting those fine muscles working. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, both heels lift. Find that pulse again, now from your toes. And of course, you can always set your heels back down if it feels better in your body. If you have issues with your ankles, especially, being on your heels is better. But do push hard into them so that you're fully engaging in the back line of your leg. Take a deep breath in. Take a full breath out. Stay low. You got it. Just 4, 3, 2. All right, set your heels down, stand all the way up. Now, from here, step your left foot behind the right. You're gonna make a curtsy lunge here. So bend your knees. Left knee is under your left hip. Right knee is over your right ankle. Out to second, big wide step out. Curtsy, left foot steps back. Wide second, curtsy, wide, and curtsy. I encourage you to keep your arms lifted so that they stay really tired. If it feels better, of course, you can bring them to your hips. You're going straight down and straight up in that curtsy lunge. Try not to lean forward into it. It's coming straight down, shoulders over hips, and then straight back up. So good. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Here's 4, 3, 2. I want you to come into that curtsy lunge. The left leg is behind you. Get low. Find a little pulse. So that pulse means you're low. You're not up top. Both knees are bent, getting as low as you can. Try to hover your left knee from the ground. Tiny little squeeze. Deep breath in. Full breath out. So good. 4, 3, 2. Get low, hold it low, breathe in. Breathe out, put one hand on your lower belly. Make sure that your hip bones are up and in. Feel that engagement through your core. Get a little bit lower. 4, 3, 2. All right, stand all the way up. You can come towards the back side of your mat a little. First position, heels in, toes up. Stand up nice and tall. Bring your arms up in front of you. Elbows are lifted, shoulders drop low. Bend your knees. Then stretch, bend, and stretch. So it's that demi-plie. But you know, it's up to you to engage. You can bend your knees all day long and not get a lot of work. If you squeeze and pull your hamstrings in together, your legs are going to get really tired. And that's what I want you to do here. Just for 4, 3, 2. Do it one more time. All right, you're going to do the same thing that we did before. A big step up, and now with your right leg. Demi-plie. Bend your knees. Right leg steps out. Wide second. Bend your knees. First position, bend. Second position, first and second. You got it. Use your arms, keep them strong. It's a really big step out, really wide step. Knee over ankle, not toes. Tailbone straight down. So if you find yourself stepping out, but it's becoming sloppy, and you feel yourself falling forward, slow it down. Not everything has to be fast to be beneficial in your body. Sometimes slowing it down is even better. 4, 3, 2. All right, now come back up to that second position, get down low, and pulse. Same time, a little squeeze. Push into your heels. Squeeze your butt cheeks as hard as you can. And I don't mean you have to grab them. Just engage them, squeeze them tight. Take a deep breath in. Take a full breath out. Here's 4, 3, 2. Keep pulsing, lift your heels. Squeeze, squeeze. Press your knees back. Lengthen your spine. So good. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Just hold it low. It's a static hold. Heels lift high. Hips drop a little lower. Hip bones tuck. Chest is lifted. Shoulders low. Get an inch lower in your hips. Lift your heels an inch higher. I don't want your legs to shake. That is the idea. Take a deep breath in. Take a full breath out. Slow down your breath. Full body inhale. Full body exhale. Get an inch lower in your hips. Lift your heels up another centimeter. Here's 4, 3, 2. Heels down. Stand all the way up. All right, your right foot is stepping back. You find that curtsy lunge here. So now your right knee is underneath your hip. Left knee over your left ankle. Add the arms if you wish. Step way out. Second, curtsy, second, and curtsy. Shoulders remain over your hips. That's important because when you start to lean forward, now everything on the top half of your body stops holding. That leads to sore lower backs later on. And also notice good work for your core. Even though sometimes it feels like we're doing so much with our legs, your core is always working in a barre class so hard. Take a deep breath in. Take a slow breath out. You got this. So good. This is 4, 3, 2. Last time through. Come back to your curtsy. Get down low. Find that little pulse, little squeeze. Take a deep breath in. Take a full breath out. Can you get lower? Can your right knee hover from the floor? So top of your left thigh works really hard to stabilize. Right quad is starting to burn with those little pulses. Keep it low. Bring your hands onto your hips if they're not there. And lift your chest. It's like a big superhero pose. Yes, deep breath in. Full breath out. So good. Just 4, 3, 2. Hold it low, breathe in. Breathe out. Lengthen your spine. Lengthen your neck. Sink it an inch lower. 4, 3, 2. All right, stand up. Grab your chair. You can pull it in if it helps. It's going to be there to help you balance. Place a hand to it. My right hand is on it. Have your feet about hip width distance apart and parallel. Left hand to your hip. Come to your toes. See how it feels. Now, I don't want you on the highest point you could be on your toes. On the very highest point, you are resting on the ball bones. Your calf muscles stop doing so much work. So from your highest point, come down just like a centimeter or so, and then your calves get to do that work to hold you. Now, from that point, hip bones are up and in, tailbone points down, with a slight little bend to your knees. All right, now shoulders remain over your hips. We're moving down for 4 counts, moving back up for 4 counts. Here you go. It's 4, 3, 2. You're at the bottom. Lift for 4, 3, 2. You're at the top. There's a slight little bend to your knees at the top. You're not all the way up. You're starting just the way that you ended, and you're ending the way you're starting. Let's do it again. Down for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift 1, 2, 3, and 4. Down 2, 3, and 4. Lift 2, 3, 4. Down 2, 3. You hold it low. Come up 1 inch, then down 1 inch, up an inch and down. So this is a little different from a pulse. A pulse is kind of a bounce. This is a specific 1 inch up, 1 inch down, really controlled movement. And this is when your thighs start to shake. At least I hope they are. Hip bones up and in, tailbone down. Watch your knees here. When they get tired, they like to go wider. It's your job to keep them in line with your hip bones and with your toes. Tiny, tiny movements just for 4, 3, 2, back to the top. 4, 3, 2. You can lengthen your legs all the way and set your heels down. Now zip your legs together, pivot your toes out, first position. Bend your knees, lift your heels, slide the heels together to touch, hip bones up and in. Come down 1 inch, up 1 inch, down 1 inch, and lift. Tiny lower, tiny lift. And again, it's that very precise 1 inch movement, not a bounce, not a pulse. Lower and lift. Squeeze your heels together as hard as you can. The harder your heels squeeze, the more inner thigh engagement you're gonna get. You got it, deep breath in. Slow breath out. Good. Keep it small, keep it controlled. Squeeze your glutes as hard as you can. So good. This is 4 and 3. Last 2. All right, set your heels down, lengthen your legs. Pivot your toes back in, separate your feet, hip width distance apart. From here, lift your heels and lower. Calf raise, up and down, up and down. When you find the calf raise, again, find that point where it's not as high as you could possibly go. I want your calves to do that work rather than just resting on your joints. Be mindful of what your body is doing as it goes up and down. You want to move straight up and down, not forward and up. It's not a rocking motion. Muscle propels you up and slowly lowers you down. Keep a softness in your knees. This is 4, 3, 2. Come about halfway down, halfway down. Here you can find a little pulse. That pulse means that your heels never get to touch the ground. Tiny little squeeze right at the bottom. Keep your head high. Make it feel like your calves are going to just fall off. That's the idea. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Just 4, 3, 2. All right, hold it here, hold it here. Your heels hover from the ground. Hip bones curl up and in. Can you lift your hands in front of you? Now find your balance. Squeeze the muscles in your legs straight down to the bone. Lift your chest, drop your shoulders, chin is high. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Set your heels down. Good job. All right, zip your legs together, first position. Find your calf raise, lift and lower. So at a slightly different angle now, you're kind of working your way around your calves. You'll notice maybe a little bit difference in your quads, tops of your thighs. Maybe start to feel it in the outside of your hips or on your side butt. Squeeze and squeeze. Just like before, you're moving straight up and down rather than forward and up. Try not to push into your chair to elevate you. It's there for balance, that's it. And if you want, you could even take your hand away from the chair. You got this. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up, hold it up. Come about halfway down and find your pulse. Squeeze and squeeze. Inner thighs and hamstrings are pulling together at the midline of your body. Everything is in and up. Lift, lift, lift. You got it. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. 4, 3, 2. Hold your heels just an inch or so from the ground. Find your balance. Take a deep breath in. Take a full breath out. So good. 4, 3, 2. Set your heels down. Demi-plie. Bend your knees and stretch and bend and stretch. Keep your heels firmly grounded in this motion so that when you bend, you get a little stretch in your Achilles and maybe you start to feel it in your calf. Take a deep breath in. Take a full breath out, sending that breath, sending that energy into your calves. Here's 4, 3, 2. Do it one more time. All right, stand up. Pivot your toes back in. I want you to flip your chair around so that the base of the seat is facing you. And you can push it towards the top of your mat. But I do recommend having it on your mat so that the chair doesn't slide around. You're coming down to the floor. Have a seat. It's time to do some stuff for your bum. Scoot in towards the chair. Place your heels on top of the seat chair and roll on down to the floor. Knees are about 90 degrees. I'd separate your feet about hip width distance apart. Pull your belly button towards your spine. Press your palms to the floor next to your hips. Dig your heels in. Flex your toes. Then lift your hips and lower. Lift, lower, lift, and lower. So you start with your full range of motion, squeezing your glutes as hard as you can, pushing, driving your hip bones up to the ceiling. Now don't forget to breathe here. Take a deep breath in. Take a slow breath out. This is 4, 3, 2. Keep your hips lifted this time. Lift them up. Find a pulse, a little squeeze. Push and push. Try to relax your shoulders. Tiny little squeezes towards the top. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. 4, 3, 2. Hold it up high. Hold it up. Take a breath. Let it go. Lift an inch higher. 4, 3, 2. Bring your hips down. All right. Now from here, bring your arms overhead. Curl your hip bones up and in. Feel your lower back really press into the ground. Take a full inhale. Exhale, roll up to the top. See if you can tap the legs of the chair or just how high you can roll. Roll back down. Once you reach the bottom, lift your hips, glute bridge, lower. Roll up and tap. Roll back down, lift your hips. So now you're bringing your core work into it with your glutes. Lift your hips. Roll on up, roll down, hips up. You can go through these faster, you can go through them slower. Find your pace where you can breathe. I want you to really push your hips as high as you can. Don't let it get sloppy. And I want you to really reach towards the chair legs. Like I said, it's okay if you don't fully reach them, but I want you to find that full C curve in your spine at the top where your hip bones are in and your shoulders round forward. Here's 4, 3, 2. Do it one more time and then roll on back down. You might need to scoot your seat a little closer towards the chair if you started to move back slightly. Now, from here, lift your right leg straight up. So the sole of your foot is reaching towards the ceiling. Left heel staying on that chair. Lift your hips up to one leg, lower, switch out your feet. Right heel down, left heel up. Lift and lower, switch, lift, and switch. So right heel, left heel, right heel, and left. You're still squeezing your hip bones up and in. You're still attempting to find that length in your spine through the squeezes in your glutes. Find your breath. You're so, so close. There's 8, 7, 6, and 5. Last 4, and 3, just 2. Do it one more time. Nice job. All right. Bring your knees in towards your chest, roll a little side to side, release your lower back. And then from here, set your feet down, and then come up to your palms. So palms behind your seat, fingertips face your body, put a little bend to your elbows. Now here, lift your shins. It's a boat pose. So lift your chest, lean slightly back. Now from here, lengthen your legs and try to tap your elbows back. So the elbows are there to support you. Lift back up and lower, lift and lower. So you're using your lower abdomen and your hip flexors to pull your legs in and then control the push out between the chair legs. Now, if you want to add on, you go below the chair. Come back in. This time you extend your legs over the seat. Come in, below the chair, in, above. Below and above. That's just an option to get it a little bit higher. No matter where you are, you breathe. Inhale as you lower, as you expand. Exhale as you pull back in. It's okay if your elbows don't come all the way down to the ground, but it can feel more supportive in your lower back if you do. If you would prefer to just hold your boat pose here, you absolutely can do that too. Breathe in through your nose. You have open mouth exhales to release heat from your body. All right, here's 4 and 3, 2, one more time through. All right, now bring your knees back in. This time you're going into your obliques. Same position, palms are behind you. Squeeze your elbows together, lift your chest, lift your shins. Now, dip your legs down to the right side of the chair. Now your left elbow's on the ground, the right elbow is up. Come back to center, left of the chair. Center, right, center, left. So you're leaning slightly each way, but your hips stay right where they are. Your hips are not actually changing. One is just lifting a little higher than the other as you move. Keep your chest lifted. And you're getting down as low as you can, getting your legs to hover from the floor as low as you can. But of course, if it feels better to make it a smaller movement today towards the top, do that. Pull your belly button in tight. Do not let that core lock go. Take a deep breath in. Take a slow breath out. Just 4, 3, 2. One more time on each side. All right, back to the center. Now, you can choose any variation that we've already done. You could choose to hold your boat pose instead if the movement does not feel good in your body, or we combine it all together into our last glorious core work. Lift your shins. All right, you're gonna start below the chair. Below the chair, dip it back, squeeze it in. Above the chair, center, right, center, left, center. Below, above, to the right, to the left. Low, high, right, and left. You can go faster, you can go slower, you can mix it up, whatever you need. But keep pushing, we're stretching so soon. Keep your spine as long as you can. Resist the urge to start to round in. If you notice your shoulders dipping forward, pull your collarbones back. You're pulling them away from each other, opening your entire chest. Even if it means you don't go down as low, that's okay. I would rather you have a long, straight spine and an open chest than getting down low but curling it in. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep squeezing. You can do this. Just 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, finish it out. All right, set your feet down. You can even kick your chair out of the way. Roll all the way down to your back, all the way down. Extend your legs overhead. Keep your lower back pressed into the ground, and I want you to just breathe for a moment. With your lower back pressing down into the ground, all of your spine being supported. Push the back side of your knees forward, and then flex your toes towards your shins. You're letting the blood flow down your legs. Keep flexing and pushing the back side of your knees forward for that stretch through your Achilles, through your calves. And then point your toes, bring the stretch to the top of your foot, the front of your ankle, your shin. And then curl just your toes back, so you're stretching the arches of your feet like a Barbie doll foot. And then flex your feet all the way back again. Circle your ankles in one direction and then the other. Pull your knees into your chest, rock a little side to side. From here, grab the back side of your legs, rock up and down the length of your spine. When you get to the top, cross your ankles, plant your palms, step back to a plank and hold. Just hold and breathe, shoulders over wrists. Push into your toes, bring your heels over the bum ends of your feet. Find one long line of energy from your heels through the crown of your head. Take a deep breath in. Take a slow breath out. Zip your legs together. Inhale. Exhale, heels to the right. Lift your left hand, side plank pose. Push your hips high. Rotate your left hip slightly forward so your hips are stacked. And lift out of your right shoulder. Breathe in. Breathe out. Full body inhale. Full body exhale. Set your right knee down. So the modified side plank. Then stretch your left arm up and over. Push into the pinky edge side of your left foot so that you are creating length along the entire left side of your body. Create space between your hip bone and your rib cage. Breathe in and out. Full body inhale. Full body exhale. Come forward into a tabletop pose. Inhale, dip your belly, lift your gaze, find cow pose. Exhale, hollow your belly, cat pose. Inhale, cow, drop your belly, gaze up. Exhale, cat, carve it out. One more like that. Inhale, open the front line of your body. Full breath out, stretch your spine. Come back to your flat back. Walk your feet back to a plank. Find your long line, heels through the crown of your head. Press into your fingertips. Feel your shoulders round. Breathe in. Breathe out. Zip your legs together. Inhale. Exhale, heels to the left. Lift your right hand high. Side plank here. Lift out of your left shoulder. Keep your neck nice and long. Don't let your head be heavy here. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, come down to your left knee. Push into the pinky edge side of your right foot. Stretch your right arm all the way up and over. So now you're finding length in the right side body. Maybe even lift your gaze underneath your right arm. Take one more breath in. One more breath out, come into tabletop. And from tabletop, walk your knees back just a little and find a modified upward facing dog. So from your knees, soften your elbows and pull your chest through your arms. Do that great big stretch all in the front line. And then bring your gaze over your right shoulder. Dip your left hip down, getting into your left obliques a little bit. Come back to the center, bring your gaze over your left shoulder and dip your right hip down. Come back to the center, take one more big inhale. Exhale, extended child's pose. Toes together, knees wide, let your belly fall towards the floor. Press your forehead into the mat. Gently pressing down into third eye center. Rock your forehead from side to side. Take a deep breath in. Take a slow breath out. And then walk your hands over to the right hand side of your mat. Place your left hand on top of the right one and crawl your fingers forward. Grip the floor. Pull your shoulders down your spine. Inhale and fill up the left side of your body. Exhale, pull further back and deepen the stretch. Breathe in. And let it go. Walk your hands through the center over to the left. Place your right hand on top of the left one and crawl your fingers forward here. Grip the floor. Pull your shoulders down your back. Inhale and fill the right side of your body. Exhale, pull further back, deepen the stretch on that right side. And walk your hands back through the center. Come forward, tabletop. Right foot steps forward. Sink into your hips. See how it feels in that left leg. If you want more, walk your hands up to your thigh. Push into your leg as you lift your chest. So I want you to feel the stretch in your left quad. Maybe it creeps up into your hip flexor. Maybe you lean further and it starts to go into your obliques or your psoas a little. Take a full breath in. And a full breath out. Your quads did a ton of work today. If they need a little extra, you can bring your left heel in. You can reach back and pull it in for even more. When you stretch out your quad, it tends to be an uncomfortable stretch. Try not to shy away from it. Allow the sensation in, allow that stretch and that growth. All right, if you have your foot, let it go. Bring your hands down to the floor. Simply switch it out. Step your right foot back, bring the left foot forward, lean into your hips. See how you feel here. If you'd like a little more, walk your hands up. Push into your leg, lift your chest. Send breath into your right thigh. And do try and get it up into your hip flexor, just inside of that right hip bone. And if you need extra, bend your right knee, pull your heel in. You can also do that up against a wall by pushing your shin into a wall and leaning back into it. That will really intensify the stretch for you if you need more. A couple more breaths. And if you have your right foot, let it go. Hands come down. You're crawling all the way forward. Have a seat. And then pull the meat out from under your seat so you have a really good solid grounding with your legs in front of you. Flex your feet. And notice where you're sitting on your sit bones. I want you on top of them. If you are rounded behind them, where you get that little slouch in your lower back, try bending your knees, but pulling forward so that your pelvis is almost pulling back behind you here rather than curling in. With your feet flexed, bring your arms overhead. Inhale. Exhale into your forward fold. Hinge at your hips, maintaining that flat back all the way down. If your lower back starts to round again, stop. Re-lengthen, and only don't go down as low as you can maintain the length. When you find that point, maybe you can reach your feet and you pull back in the ball mounts. That will give you a more intense stretch in your hamstrings. If you don't reach your feet and it's hard to not curl your back, put your hands to the mat. Get a good grip and find the static pull back here. So your hands don't actually physically move, but that drag back with your hands will pull your chest forward, allowing the length in your spine. And maybe that will allow you to hinge even further. Imagine inhales creating space between each vertebrae in your spine, and exhales holding you closer towards your legs. Take one last inhale. One last exhale. And slowly come back to the top. Bend your knees. You can use your legs for support if you'd like to roll all the way down. Bring your knees into your chest. Rock a little side to side. And when you're ready, turn that into happy baby. Grab your feet inside or outside edges. Pull your knees wide while you rock. You're working to open through your hips and inner thighs here. If there's any last little movements, any last little stretches you want to take to round out your practice, absolutely take them. And if you take a movement on one side, take it on the other. And then bring your feet in, bring your knees in. Forearms wrap around your shins and squeeze with all of your might. Curl yourself in until your shoulders begin to lift from the ground. Bring your chin to your chest, your forehead to your knees, and call to mind your intention that you set at the beginning of your practice. See your intention clearly in your mind. Let go of all the air from your lungs. Take the deepest breath in you've taken all day long. And as you exhale, release, find Shavasana, and let go. Spread out, take up space. And give yourself at least 1 minute here to fully allow your body to soak up all that beautiful energy we created during practice. From the crown of your head all the way to your toes. Release each muscle, letting it melt into the floor. And I'd like you to stay here as long as you can. Give yourself that time. Know that the teacher in me honors the teacher, the student, the light in each of you. And today to you I bow. Namaste.